Hello players, my name is Eric Serwin, and I'm going to be showing you how to navigate and maneuver around the online tournament tool. If you played in the first one that we did, you'll see that things look a little bit different. So I made several updates to kind of make things a little bit easier based on the feedback from you and your coaches. Hopefully this is the last major revision I'll make, so this video should last for a while. All right, so here we go. What you've landed on is called the public homepage. And that's where that term public homepage comes from. If you click on that link, it'll just bring you right back to the same exact page. Okay. Let's start with the schedule. Over here on the left, it tells you the schedule of the day, it tells you what time control to play in. We've got the team section playing game 45 plus 5, and so on. It has the time of each round, and some information down here is really helpful. So pairings are now going to be posted at a set time for every round. So I'm aiming for about 5 to 10 minutes before each round. So round 1 will post by 8:50, that's for sure. And then round 2 over here for the team section will be around 8:20 to 8:20, or I'm sorry, 11:20 to 11:25. And then over here, if you're playing in the open, you're going to want to look and be ready for pairings at about 10:45 or 10:50, 10:55, somewhere in there. So you're going to want to be looking for those pairings before 11 o'clock. We're trying to get that started right at 11. That's why I want to post them just a little bit before. Okay, so as you scroll down, you can see that there is now an indicator that tells you where we are in the process. So team round 1 says pairings are posted, and it's in green. It's like go find your pairings. Okay, and then under here, under round 2, it says pairings are pending. So when it says pending, that means that I'm working on getting the pairings posted. One of the things that I heard was that students were refreshing this page to see when the pairings were ready. And so I've got this current time on there. If you see that, you're looking at it and it's 20 minutes ago, maybe it's time to refresh. Now this page will only automatically update every 5 minutes. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. I haven't figured out if there's an actual rhythm to it or not, but it's frequent enough for our purposes. So down here, you'll see a little legend for what these terms mean. You'll see that I have 2 others besides pending and posted. That means waiting, and then waiting is we're waiting to get set up. And then in progress means the game is in progress. So it would say like team round 1 in progress to just tell you like that round is in progress. That's going to be helpful that if you stepped out for a minute to go to the washroom or go get something to eat, and then you came back and you were like, oh shoot, are pairings up yet? Well, now you have an indicator that will tell you right away. So that's going to make things a little bit easier for you. Also on this home page, there is a link to, like up here under resources, Lichess settings. So there's a document there that your coach is going to ask you to look at, and it tells you which Lichess settings and preferences that you'll need to have set for the tournament. In that document, there are suggested settings and recommended settings. For my tournaments, the recommended settings are required. So on the days of those tournaments, you're going to want to make sure that your Lichess settings are set properly. If we find that you have been using other settings other than the recommended ones, then we may forfeit your game. So just make sure you do that. I've changed those since the last time, so make sure you take a quick look before each tournament to make sure that you're using the most current version. There's also links here to the videos, like this video here that you're watching is the player tutorial video. So those links just in case you need. I might be adding more stuff as we go. There's lots of room to add. Okay. So over here, you'll see that you also have links to the pairings page and to the standings page. And then you'll see that there are links, or there will be links as they populate. So at the beginning of round 2, when pairings are posted, you'll see that round 2 goes from no link to having a link. Okay, so that's when you'll know that if that link is live, you are ready to begin the match. We are ready to get going. Okay, so let's say you want to check standings throughout the day just to see where you're at in your rank or where your team is at. You'll come over here, you'll click on standings, and you can see the standings. This looks similar to what I do during the regular school years. And you'll see that we've got team standings, board standings if you're playing on a board. You'll just have to scroll down, and if you see where there's a break right there between the 3.5 down to 0, the next one, that 3.5, that is board 2. So that's how you know where you're looking for your board 2 or board 3 or board 4. You just find yourself in kind of where you are. In the individual team, the individual open is over there on the right, and some of the tournaments combine some of their scores to create a team score, and that's where it would be over there. Okay. So that is your standings. Now, how do you get back to the home page once you're here? Well, it automatically pops up a new tab every time you click on a link, so you should just go back to that. But let's say you close that one and you want to get back to the home page. You're going to want to click the public home page, not the other home page. Right? The public home page will bring you back to this one. Okay. Let's say that the pairings are posted for team round 1 and you're playing on the team, so you want to find that, so you go to the pairings. You go to pairings and you can see like, oh, my team is, let's say I'm Rockford Guilford, and our team is playing black on table 6 against Orland Park Sandburg. Fantastic. Okay, so now I see that and I can navigate back to the public homepage. And I need to figure out who I'm playing. So I'll go to team round 1. And it brings me to a page that looks like this. Of course, this one is already filled out and done. But what I would see is, I would see our team laid out over here. And so how do I know who to send? Well, if I'm playing the black pieces, if I'm, let's say I'm Noah Rogers, and I'm playing on board 2, and I see that my username is Noah916, I'm going to look across and I see who board 2 under Palatine is, and I'm going to send this person a challenge. Right, and over here on board 3, James Arnold on Palatine, Jay Arnold, is going to send the challenge over here to Joey Domino from Guilford. So he will look for and send a challenge to Assisted Ocean. Okay, so if you don't know how to send a challenge, let me show you that real quick. So you come up to Lichess, and there's a nice little search bar up here, and you hit that, and you start typing the name. So if we're looking for Assisted Ocean, there he is. He's not actually playing right now, so I'm going to just type in a name that I have set up, and we see that the green dot means that this person is, on Lichess and ready. So you click there, and when you hover, you see it pops up a little box underneath. Go down to the little crossed swords, and you click on that. It brings you to a page that looks like this. So here we go. You're going to want to make sure that you're playing standard chess, not Crazy House or Atomic Chess or any of those crazy things. And our time control, we want to make sure is in real time. We don't want to play correspondence or unlimited. We just want to play real-time chess. We're going to want to make sure that our minutes per side is set properly. In this case, our tournament is set at 45 minutes and our increment is at 5 seconds. Well, that's good. We also want to make sure that we're playing rated games. So make sure you click on rated. And since I'm the player with black, I will click on the Black King. And it pops up this screen. So this is a good chance for me to make sure that I did this properly. So if I have to, I can cancel. But it says that I'm sending a classical game of 45 minutes plus 5 seconds, a rated challenge to this player, Rockford Guilford. Now, if any part of that was not correct, if I accidentally forgot to click rated or whatever, I can go ahead and hit cancel and then send a new challenge. Now, the player will accept, and you see it just pops up to this. And the players may begin playing immediately. As soon as you have that challenge and you're there, you can begin playing. He makes his move, I make my move, and then we play our game. Okay, at the end of the game, I'm going to resign this one. Okay, so I've resigned that game, and now I'm done. So I have to go back and tell my coach, hey coach, I won, and your coach will handle entering that win and loss in that column. Okay, so I want to show you if you are playing white and you receive a challenge, what would that look like? Well, this time I'm going to have someone find me, and they're going to send a challenge. Let me get that set up. I should have done this a little earlier. Okay, so they're sending the challenge. Okay, and I look over here and I see, oh, it popped up right here. Rated 45 plus 5 and standard. So I see that and it's all proper. So 45-5 is good. Standard is good. Standard chess, otherwise it would say like Crazy House or whatever variant they're sending. But it's a rated game. It's 45, so it's rated and the time control is correct. So I accept by hitting the green check mark. If any part of that is incorrect, I want to reject or decline and then wait for another challenge to be sent. So I'll go ahead and accept, and then it'll pop up. Now I want to make sure that I'm playing with the proper pieces. Before I make a move, if I'm not playing with the white pieces here, that means the challenge was sent incorrectly. What I can do before this game begins is I can click on this X, and that is abort game. And it just aborts the game, right? And so there's no hit to rating, there's none of that. And there you go. And now this person would hopefully get the message and send a new challenge. So that is how you do that. So again, you want to make sure that when you're receiving a challenge that you have the proper time control and that you have the, that you can reject it if you need to. Okay, so that's the team section. And you'll see that that'll just populate and change as we go. If you're playing with the open, you can find your pairings one of two ways. So again, you go back to the pairings, and you'll scroll down under here to the open section, and you'll see that there is the Lichess username. So I would find my Lichess username. Maybe I'm Nate Webster, or how about this one, Popcorn Cookbook. I like that name. Very cool. And read across that this person is on Chicago Peyton, and they are going to play black on table 107 or board 107 against Warroon. So this name right here before the dash, whatever that is that your opponent's Lichess username. So that's who you're going to send the challenge to. And you can just send a challenge from that alone. You don't really need to do anything else. You can send that challenge, play the game, report your score, and you are good to go. All right, but if we navigate back to the home page, we can also go through this. And this is what the open section will look like now. It's a little bit different because you don't have to scroll to the bottom. And you see that the names are here. You'd have to look on both sides to find your name. And then if you're on this side, if you're playing with the black pieces, you'll see that, okay, if I go across, there's my opponent on 117. You can just verify I'm on 117, so they're on 117. That's the username that I need to send my challenge to right there. Again, you play your game, you report your score to the coach, and the coach will enter it here. And of course, they'll populate all the links to the games over there. So that's what the open section looks like. So that's about it. All you really need to do, and you see if I click navigation homepage, it just kicks me the wrong thing. Whoops. Okay, so everything you need to know is going to be from this homepage. All the scheduling and when pairings are posted and when everything is happening is going to be indicated down there. The team section rounds are going to be linked right there. The open section rounds are going to be linked right there. And there you have it. That's really all you need to do. I wish you all the best of luck, and I hope you enjoy the experience of playing in these online tournaments.